Now, from the Columbia Basin, your local news source, this is iFIBER 1 News, presented in high definition. The #1 source for real-time local news, local sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. With your iFIBER 1 News team, reporting news in real time as it's happening. From the iFIBER Communications HD broadcast studio in Ephrata, Washington, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Welcome to iFIBER 1 News. I'm Alan Troop, reporting news from around the Columbia Basin for Tuesday, August 6th. Tonight, we report on why a man avoided prison after admitting to molesting 2 girls, and how officials are turning to the Grant County Commissioners for help with concerts at the Gorge. We also look at a unique concert held in Moses Lake and an Eastern Washington fish that caused some mystery in Seattle. In sports, we find out more about how host homes are needed for the Babe Ruth World Series and how the Columbia Basin Pups did at the regional tournament. Our spotlight story tonight is about the American Legion gavel passing in Ephrata. And we have the latest weather forecast for the Columbia Basin from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center. Our top story tonight: a Tacoma man admitted to molesting 2 girls when he was 15, but won't serve any time in prison. Alexander True pleaded guilty to 2 counts of rape of a child in the 3rd degree in Grant County Superior Court. True has no prior convictions and faced a potential sentence of 26 to 34 months in prison. Prosecutors recommended True be sentenced under a special sex offender sentencing alternative. Prosecutor Angus Lee said, "In this case, the defendant molested his 2 sisters when he was 15. Although this would have generally been handled in juvenile court, the late disclosure to law enforcement delayed the initiation of criminal proceedings until this year." Grant County Superior Court Judge John Nodell agreed, sentencing True to serve community custody and receive treatment. Lee stated all the parties, including the victims, their father, and law enforcement, agreed to the sentence. If you would like to learn more about this case, you can visit us online at ifiber1.com/news. Several Quincy area officials said the Gorge Amphitheater is sapping their resources with little compensation. Grant County Fire District 3's Chief Don Fortier and 2 commissioners, along with 2 Quincy Valley Medical Center board members and Administrator Mehdi Mahared, met with the Grant County Commissioners this morning. No representatives from Live Nation, the owner of the Gorge, were present at the meeting. The officials' concerns were spurred by the Paradiso Festival in late June, where both organizations said they were overwhelmed. The Quincy Valley Medical Center treated 72 patients, with about 50 being from the concert that were drug or alcohol related. Patients were being diverted throughout the weekend. Fortier pointed out there were 29,000 people in the campground without any ambulance service. Mered said the concert stretched the hospital's resources without a lot of hope of receiving payment. Many of the people don't have insurance, or their insurance doesn't cover drug overdoses. So the hospital may see only 20,000 of the 100,000 in hospital billing. The commissioners said they would speak with Live Nation. On a lighter note, about concerts, people in Moses Lake got to see an interesting performance last weekend. Here with the story is Jeff Chu.
It was a beautiful summer night for a hot show, and Portland's funky March 4th bombastically delivered Saturday night at McCosh Park's Centennial Amphitheater overlooking Moses Lake. It was another concert in the city's annual summer series.
Just like this, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, everybody!
Band founders John Averill and Dan Stoffers, along with others in the band, enjoyed the day in Moses Lake, swimming at the water park near the amphitheater where their bus was parked.
And the date of Fat Tuesday was March 4th, so we named the band after the date. We put the band together for a Chinese New Year Fat Tuesday party 10 years ago.
We started off with 35 10 years ago, and now we are down to 13 musicians and 4 dancers. Tonight we have 5 dancers though, so.
It's by design though.
Yeah.
We tour with the
with a smaller compact unit.
band, and that's the band that plays now. At the beginning, it was kind of a social club / band. It was giant, but now we've been a touring band the last 3 years, so we travel with about 17.
I've been calling us a Mardi Gras circus lately, because we have very much a Mardi Gras kind of feel to us. We have a big brass section, deep kind of like funky grooves and rock and roll, but then we also have this kind of theatrical acrobats, dancers, kind of part of our show too. So.
Spencer Griggs, City of Moses Lake Parks and Recreation Director, said the amphitheater concert series is growing in popularity.
Oh, we've had a fantastic summer. We, as usual, have had lots of variety in music and some pretty entertained crowd. We hope to try a little bit of everything, so everybody gets a chance to see some kind of music that they care a lot about, and usually some kind of music that's not normally available in the community.
The 1990s alternative rock band, the Spin Doctors, are slated for 8 p.m. this Saturday. This is Jeff Chu reporting in Moses Lake for iFIBER 1 News.
Thank you, Jeff. That was a fun concert. Each of the people you see here has warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the DOC asks that you not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day, or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m. We will be back after these messages with our latest from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center, sports, and more news.